What's up guys, and welcome to this video. We are going over question 12 of the IEB 2018 Matric exam. And this question has to do with probability. It's a very short question. Hopefully you can get through it easily. Okay, so it says that these two people have been invited to observe a missile testing experiment. The missile engineer informs them that the probability that a missile will hit its target is 0.9. So probability of hit is 0.9. Okay, then they're asked to work out the minimum number of missiles that would be needed to be fired at a target to ensure a 97% chance or 0.9% chance of hitting the target. Okay, so the first person calculates at least two, while the second person calculates at least 3. Determine who was correct. Show all you're working out. Okay, so to do this question, there are a number of ways to do it. Okay, I'm going to go with what I believe is the easiest way. Okay, so what we start off with is working out what the probability is that all of them will miss. Okay, so the probability of hitting is 0.9. Okay, and remember this is basically independent of each other, so it's going to be, if we drew like a tree diagram, it would be hit, miss, and all of these would be 0.9, 0.9. So it's to the power of n. So basically the probability that all will miss, is going to be, so 1 minus 0.9 squared, which is just 0.1, which is, okay, so probability that all will miss is equal to 0.1 to the power of n. Okay, because let's say we went miss, then the next one is a miss, then the next one is a miss, it's going to be 0.1 times 0.1 times 0.1, which is just 0.1 to the power of n times. So now we know what the probability that all of them will miss is, but we just want to care about the probability that any one of them will hit. So what we say is, we say that we want the chance that something will hit, so that is the probability that at least one of them will hit, to be, so probability, so the probability that one of them will hit is going to be 1 minus 0.1 to the power of 9, and we want this to be greater than 0.97. So what we're going to say is that 1 minus 0.1 to the power of n must be greater than 0.97. Okay, so at this point I suggest that you take the analytical approach, because you have one unknown, which is just n, so we can actually solve this equation. We take this minus 1 to the other side, and we have minus 0.1 to the power of n must be greater than minus 0.03. Okay, the minuses cancel, so we can just take those out. So now we have 0.1 to the power of n, okay, and we can now log this. Okay, so if we make them equal, so we can say that log of base 0.1, okay, to the 0.03 is equal to n. Okay, so basically all we did is we took log of 0.1 base. Okay, and then we can just solve this equation now. So if we solve this equation, we can say that n is equal to approximately 1,5. So it needs to be shot at least 1,5 times, which doesn't make a lot of sense, right? Because you can't shoot 1.5 missiles, so you have to round up. So you have to say that n must be at least n equals 2. Okay, and that means that Lulu was right. N equals 2, therefore we can say that Lulu was correct. Okay, so I hope you guys understood what I did here. Basically, if you log both sides here, let's just show it out. If you log both sides, what you have is log n log 0.1 is equal to log of 0.03. Okay, then to solve that, we can just solve for n now. So n is equal to log of 0,03 over log of 0,1. Okay, and that was the same notation as I had before, but this is an alternative notation, which might be easier for you guys to understand. Okay, so I did say that there's more than one way to do this. So what I'm going to do is show you the second way. Okay, so we still get to this point over here where we say that 1 minus 0,1 to the n must be greater than 0,97. Okay, so the question now is this criteria satisfied? Okay, so what we say is we let n equals 1, and then we can say satisfied. Okay, so if we let n equals 1, the left-hand side of this equation is 1 minus 0,1 to the n, which is equal to 0,9. 0.9 is less than 0,97. So is this satisfied? No. So next we take n equals 2. So that's 1 minus 0.1 squared, which is equal to, if we put that into a calculator, 0,99. 0,99 is actually greater than 0,97. So is this criteria satisfied? Yes. So we can stop. So basically n is equal to 2. So this is a less analytical method of doing the exact same problem. You could also go about doing it using tree diagrams. There's lots of ways to do these, but these two methods are probably the easiest methods of doing them. Okay, so the first one we actually solve for n. The second one we just substitute numbers until we figure out n. But if n in this case was quite high, like 5 or 6, then this method would be quite tedious because you'd have to do this 5 or 6 times. Yeah, but besides that, this was quite an easy question, nothing too difficult, and we get ourselves 6 marks. So I hope you guys found this video useful. Thanks for watching.